Former U.S. President Donald Trump is trying to stir up his supporters ahead of expected criminal charges in New York tomorrow. Trump posting to his Truth Social platform, calling for supporters to protest ahead of what he expects will be an indictment and his arrest. Trump is under investigation in connection with a hush money payment made during his first campaign for president. So for more on how this is all unfolding, we're joined live by John Misick, political analyst and editor of the Pennsylvania Capital Star. John, always appreciate your time. So let's talk about, just again, kind of go back to what this all hush money payment is for. It's got the connection to Stormy Daniels. We've heard so much about it from his former lawyer, Michael Cohen, as well.
Yeah, Nick, again, as you said, this is a $130,000 payment made by Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, to allegedly cover up his relationship with the adult performer, Stormy Daniels. Mr. Trump has denied doing anything wrong. He has denied having any relationship with Ms. Daniels. This could be if proven, could be a violation of campaign finance law, but we're at the very beginning of this process.
Now, his lawyer, of course, has told us in great detail, as has Stormy Daniels, in a book sort of written about what's happened or what her side of the story, as it were, here. So the investigators in New York State, how have they been going about this? I mean, how have they come to this conclusion, and how does Donald Trump know that tomorrow could be the day?
Yeah, I mean, there was a grand jury investigation into this. There's been speculation rampant about this when Mr. Cohen went to testify before the grand jury. I think it was last week. Some saw that was an indication that an indictment was imminent. How Mr. Trump has knowledge of what may or may not happen to him, that's unclear. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office, which is in charge of this case, has not confirmed any communication with the Trump camp. Who knows? President Trump may have lines into that, but we are waiting to see what happens.
So how serious is this for Trump? Because we know he's planning on making another run of the presidency next year, John.
Yeah, I mean, the charge itself is a misdemeanor, which is comparably minor under U.S. law. But I mean, what we're looking at here has greater historical and political implications. In addition to being the only president in U.S. history to be twice impeached, President Trump possibly faces the fate of being criminally prosecuted. The only U.S. if that happens, he would be the only president in American history to be criminally prosecuted. It's important to remember here, of course, under the U.S. judicial system, that there is a presumption of innocence until such time as someone is proven guilty, which would not impede him from continuing his 2024 campaign bid. The former president has made his perceived persecution by the system kind of a hallmark of his two campaigns, of his tenure in the White House. And were this to come to pass Tuesday, you can bet your bottom dollar that it would become a central theme of his presidential campaign as well.
So on that then, John, what has the response been like after he posted to Truth Social, trying to sort of stir up some support and get sort of, the idea of some sort of protesters or whatever it may be in New York tomorrow? What kind of reaction has there been so far?
Yeah, I mean, this is a real test, I think, of the president's command over the modern Republican Party, Nick. We've seen a lot of Republicans step up in support of the former president when it comes to the actual criminal investigation itself. They have accused Alvin Bragg, the Manhattan District Attorney, of an abuse of power. They have not been as vocal as he in that call. He made that call for protests. They have not walked up to that line. Of course, they're there in the U.S. Capitol, where the events of January 26, 2021 are still very much a recent memory and at the center of the conversation. Three senior Republicans on Capitol Hill, among them House Judiciary Committee Jim Jordan of Ohio, sent Mr. Bragg a letter today accusing him of walking up to the precipice of an abuse of power and demanding documents and testimony in connection with this investigation.
And what's also wild about this, too, John, is, of course, January 6th was when there were the chance of hang Mike Pence after Donald Trump kind of was rallying supporters, talking about Mike Pence in a pretty negative way. And Mike Pence has addressed that. But then yesterday in an interview, Mike Pence said he doesn't think that Donald Trump should be facing this. It's interesting because he was trying to sort of distance himself from Trump, but now he appears to be coming back.
Yeah, who knows how Mike Pence's mind functions. I mean, he was a loyal soldier to Donald Trump for a long time, as you said, distanced himself from him after January 6th, but it seems to reflect the sentiment of many Republicans that this is a politically motivated prosecution and is an overstep by the Manhattan DA.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to watch. We'll see what, of course, unfolds tomorrow. John Misick, always good to chat with you, political analyst and editor of the Pennsylvania Capital Star. We'll talk soon, I'm sure, John. Take care.
Anytime.
All right.